Alright, so we got some new stuff in today. We went ahead and ordered a full harness sleeve pack. That's going to allow us to, get good coverage on these wires, make sure they're protected. A plug and pin only matching set of Deutsch D12 connectors. So we're going to create kind of a quick release harness for all of these additional sensors to, make changes, removal easier instead of going from sensor through the firewall. We're going to put a quick disconnect here or in that area so that all the sensors can be disconnected and whatever needs to happen can happen. Most likely engine removal. And then we've got the crimping tool for the DT series. Now, a couple of things that we've done since the last video. So we did some testing and there was something with the connection to the ECU that was basically making this unreadable. It was getting 0 volts. When I tied off to test the 5-volt connector, it was giving us nothing. So we're going to go ahead and throw these pieces in while we're working on this. All right, so as you can see, oil pressure sensor was working. We've got that all up and operational. So we got a wiring loom. We've got to kind of cover that back up. It came up putting this alternator back on. All of these covers will get put back on before we ever take it out for a drive. For obvious reasons, it's just out of the way because we've been fighting this tooth and nail for the last couple of hours. And so that wiring loom is tucked in down here and comes out here at this junction. So the reason we went ahead and did this is it's a quick breakaway for all of the sensors. That way they're not all going back into the firewall, and we're able to just have this one connector running as many of the sensors as we need. Eventually there will be a flex fuel sensor that will be going in over there after we eliminate the fuel filter. And even further down the line, we will do a fuel pressure sensor as well, but that's going to be after we do a full fuel system on this as well. Culprit turned out to be a disconnected wire on this harness here. We've got it kind of connected. We've got it connected temporarily for the time being. And so once we traced that back, it was port B13 or connection B13, whatever, was disconnected, which is what the analog signal input was going to. So it was basically going to nothing. Most likely it's been right the entire time. We didn't have to disconnect a damn thing. But it is what it is. We got it done. Yeah, it's late. It's like 1:30 or some shit like that. But we will get this all cleaned up. This is just proof of concept for now, making sure everything's connected, make sure everything's right before we pack up and end it for the night. All right, so after everything's been installed, we've got the sensor lead coming to this connector, going through the firewall. We were still getting 0 PSI. And then we did some investigating. So this is the signal wire. And this, if we use the aux pin here, we're supposed to be feeding to this wire down here in the corner. It's very difficult to see. For testing purposes, we simply wrapped this wire around the pin to see if we were getting oil pressure. We did. So we're going to try to re-terminate this cable into its appropriate pin here, and then we'll repin this, and hopefully everything will be happy and working together again. All right, so we have everything back in. We've got the B13 cable re-terminated. We have the signal cable terminated on aux port 2, and we're going to test and see if we are able to get this to fire and read the oil pressure. And immediately we have pressure shooting straight up to 80, well, 87, then leveling off at 80. So yeah, that was the entire issue for what caused several days worth of back and forth. That one wire being depinned basically did everything. So now we can use this to basically tune some safety parameters around different things. But yeah, mission accomplished. Anyways, y'all, thanks for joining in, and hopefully we'll see y'all next time. Take care.